Hello, everybody. Senior engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's scientific video, we are talking about Caribou 012 program, their latest data poster, their latest poster that they published just earlier this week. And of course, I want to talk about all of it here in this video. Now, before we do that, guys, I don't know if you guys noticed, but my back is sort of leaning towards my chair, a little of a back pain there. I want to be careful here, but hopefully that doesn't bother some of you. But of course, we have a data poster here from Caribou, and of course, this is Caribou Biosciences who are going ongoing with their CB-010 program with CAR T cells, which is a complete different program there. But of course, here in CB-012, they are doing something different. They are tackling AML, right? So acute myeloid leukemia. So they published this, and I said, you know what, for this Saturday here, I want to make a video. And of course, this is preclinical data. It's not on human, it's on mice in this case. But we'll take a look at why it's important to review that data in just a second. So let's go ahead and zoom in maybe in the section that we want to talk about first. So CB-010 demonstrated a significant anti-tumor efficiency and specific CLL1 target cytolytic activity. Okay. Genome editing strategy to employ manufacture armor CB-010 conferred to a functional advantage relative to immunosuppressive tumor and microenvironment associated with RRAML. So, high level, what it does, Cas12a Chardonnay's DNA technology. It's in the CB-012, which other programs do not have when it comes to AML. A Treg genome knockout, so eliminates the TCR expression. Of course, this is sort of similar to T cells there because you want to sort of make T cells, CAR T cells, basically persistent, right? You want to make healthy cells persistent against cancer cells. So what they're doing here is an anti-CLL1 CAR site specifically inserted in the Treg gene. So PD-1 knockout for anti-tumor activity. Of course, this is what we just talked about. So that's what they have, and CB-012 uses a potent fully human anti-CLL1 scFv with CD28 costimulatory domain. Man, there's so many words that are very hard to pronounce for a non-English speaker, or other first language English speaker rather. But anyways, okay, so I'm not gonna talk about that as cytotoxicity for now, but I do want to talk about the actual data here. We take a look at here. You look at the control T cells versus CB-012. I mean, I don't even have to explain to you guys. You can clearly see that there's more green lines, cyan lines, blue line, whatever this color is, than the gray lines, which is the control cells, which obviously means that whatever they're trying to do here is being effective compared to the control group. Here they're saying they're trying to armor this with NK92 with natural killer cells, and you can see the results are better than just CB-012. Interesting. Okay, so this is definitely obviously good. Natural killer cells being sort of what Sana biotechnology promotes, but we won't spend too much time on this one. But let's go back here, which is really what I wanted to boil this video down to. If there was one piece of it, it would be this one. So CB-012 demonstrated a potent anti-tumor activity in xenograft model of AML. So you see the vehicle model on the left side, and then you see CB-012, and of course you see on the x-axis you see the days all the way to day 102. So what is that? That's like 3 months and a half. And I mean, this is pretty visually looks exactly what you would expect, right? So from the vehicle group, after basically day 21, the mice are pretty much done, right? They're gone. And I find this extremely saddened to see this. I hope in the future clinical data, they don't do these vehicle tests anymore, because I know it's part of science, but man, like, I'm not even sure if it's worth going through this again and again and again and again. Just get one or two set of data for a couple of mice. That's it, right? But anyways, I digress here. So CB-012 is obviously in this side of the diagram here, and you can see, the purple line being, of course, the cancer cell with the regions where the mice have cancer, AML in this case. So you look at after day 21, things start disappearing, right? I mean, you still see a couple of mice who are here with the purple region, but basically by day 46, it's pretty much all gone except this mice that has a little bit of it. But day 60, everything is gone. Everything is gone. And don't forget, I'm pretty sure it's a one-time treatment, right? So that's why by day 81, it comes back for this one. And for day 102, this one is basically back to even worse than what it started with, if you look at here. But again, had we not treated this piece of it would probably had introduced by day 21, just like we see here from the vehicle group. So is it 100% effective for one dosage? No, it's not. Right? The median survival for vehicle was 35 days, but CB-012 was 138 days with a p-value of 0.0001 versus vehicle, which is you can basically accept the hypotheses there. You don't you don't reject it. So I think this is impressive, guys. I'm really impressed by this data. You look at this data and you're like, visually, you're like, okay, so there's something here, there's something here. And again, this is a one-time treatment. They haven't adjusted the dosage to what they think should be adequate. This is preclinical data. It's just on mice. And obviously what you do on mice is not necessarily representative of what you do on humans. But ultimately, this is how you start, right? This is all these companies have to start. This is part of science. This is part of the scientific method, right? You do an hypothesis, you design your experiment, and then you reiterate and assess, right? So I really like this, guys. I really, really like this. I think just by this data here, by day 102, you get this set of data for just a single mouse here being, affected again by AML. I think you can adjust that by the levels of dosage. Maybe you can use another dosage for that particular mouse. And I've always said in the past that I really don't mind if there's a couple of dosage, even more than 2 in CRISPR. I think this idea that everything has to be a one-time deal right away for it to get out of the gate is, in my opinion, a little bit misleading, because the end goal is to have a one-time treatment, one and done. That's it. You move on. You live your beautiful life. But before we get to that point, right, there are a lot of steps to be taken. And to me, to wait for that goal before going commercial, when you have lots of patients dying on a daily basis for many diseases, I think it's extremely unfair. And for something like AML, you get it out the door, even if it saves one person. I mean, just think about it, guys. Like, I can't make this up. I mean, you have the choice of doing either nothing, which is basically, we've had that data for decades at this point, for many of these diseases and cancers. Or you have the choice of doing at least something and at least saving 20, 30, 40% of the patient size. You do it, right? You take that decision, right? You look at this data here and say, okay, let's go with phase 1 trial. Let's do this, right? But of course, Caribou wants to go through CB-011 right now, and they're going through it. They already have CB-010 going successfully for them, or at least better than the average. So we're waiting for that data. But this is amazing, guys. This is exactly what we wanted to see. So summary, guys, CB-012 is the next generation of CRISPR edited allogeneic anti-CL11 cell therapy for preclinical data development for treatment of adult patients with AML. Cas12a shaldinase our DNA technology. It was used to edit 5 edits to manufacture CB-012 to provide insertion efficiency, reduce off-target editing, and enhance genome integrity. CB-012 is engineered with immunocloaking checkpoint disruption strategies designed to enhance anti-tumor activity. So you obviously want to do that. Whatever you can do to enhance anti-tumor activity, you want to do that. That's the whole point of combating against cancer cells. CB-012 CAR T cells demonstrate potent anti-tumor activity in vitro and enhanced survival in AML xenograft models, which we just took a look at. And finally, and most importantly, CB-012 IND application submission plan for second half of 2023. So very excited for this program. I think Caribou is one of those dark horses. The way that NTLA was the dark horse in 2020, 2021 in the CRISPR landscape, I think Caribou is the dark horse of this space. Again, this was presented in the AACRAM meeting, rather, conference, again, just this week. So great data. Let me know in the comments, guys. What do you guys think about this data? What do you guys think about this here? Do you think whatever I said was fair? You know, you get it out of the door, 2, 3, 4 dosage, you save at least a few patients, or do you think, you know, I'm being maybe hasty here? Let me know in the comments below, guys. As always, subscribe if you're not, like this video if you found value, and hopefully you guys appreciate this video. I know I've been a little bit busy these days and trying to space my videos, but I promise you guys some scientific videos, and this is one and to begin with. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a beautiful Saturday, and I'll see you guys on Sunday tomorrow.